I can feel my mind being torn in two. Where was once anger and confusion now lies an observer. It watches my every action with hungry eyes. The overwhelming solitudes of my mind have now found themselves home to the soft romance of a malevolent passenger, coyly goading me to the depths of degeneracy. Each time I cast it back into the darkness, the faint voice eventually returns, gently nudging me to greater acts of depravity. The family in front of me trembles in terror, their backs to the wall. The father bravely shields his family, defending them with a crude spear. He alternates between bargains and threats as the mother holds her child tightly, sobbing and whispering comforts to her youngling. "Everything will be okay, honey. Just close your eyes. Don't worry." Humorously, my mind wanders in this moment, my chainsword humming to a pause. Were the fate of an Astartes not my own, would love like this been in my life? Weak, fragile, but warm, genuine, unconditional. A spark of comfort in a cold, uncaring void. The stranger calmly refocuses my attention. It speaks truths my mind should not wander. Every second of time that passes aimlessly is perfection and sensory exhilaration slipping from my fingers, the dullness of reality slowly clawing its way back into my mind. With every second I hesitate, efficiency crumbles and stimuli escape me. My mind refocuses on the family in front of me. Hours turn to days as I violate their flesh, no possibility going unexplored, unexperienced. I feel the rhythmic thumping of blood behind my eyes. I hear her words, her guiding hand, reassurance. I am no longer alone with my thoughts. We are no longer alone with our thoughts. We are perfect.
The Horus Heresy was a time of unimaginable strife for the Imperium of mankind. Humanity's finest warriors divided by a schism, half loyal to the Emperor, half now serving the dark powers of chaos. After the traitor Marines fought with inhuman tenacity to strike a lethal blow on the Emperor, the broken and battered loyalists began to chase the heretics into the Eye of Terror, the massive warp storm that would trap the traitor legions for all eternity. Many of the followers of Chaos were worn from decades of unending war, unable to resist the rout of the Loyalists. However, the Alpha Legion, masters of stealth, misdirection, and espionage, navigated their way deeper into the heart of the Imperium. There they employed their skills to sow the seeds of many covert plans, some short-term in nature, while others were to take decades, even centuries to come to fruition. Of course, this was not met without resistance, as Alpha Legion fought many skirmishes against the Ultramarines who remained in the sector, with them taking the life of their Primarch in one such battle. Or so they say. When the head of a Hydra is cut, two more take its place. It seemed that no matter how many Alpha Legionnaires the Ultramarines cut down, more cultists and insurgents rose to resist them. The grasping roots of chaos had weaved their way into the foundation of Imperial society, with so many faces and angles that the many scattered devotees and militias of Alpha Legion were almost impossible to track. On a distant hive world in the heart of the Imperium was a young man with silver eyes. While blinded from birth, he saw that which others couldn't. His sight and intelligence saw him to being shunned by the greater society, who felt his abilities unnatural, his broken and strange body deemed flawed. The blind man lived in squalor in the hive until one day he was approached by a stranger. The man took him in, giving him luxurious feasts and pleasures of the flesh in exchange for the services of his special sight. The silver-eyed man took quickly to his new life. He manipulated the local affairs to their advantage and gained a mass of loyal followers, eager to hear his gospel. In due time, the stranger's sight had grown beyond its initial abilities, as the young man grew to become a psyker of unfathomable power. The towering stranger gave him his final gift before departing, the gene seed of an Astartes. During his accelerated growth into a space marine, he truly communed with his god, and with it, clarity of purpose. She told him of the pursuit of perfection, how one can rise from the indignity of poverty to the life of a king on merit and talent alone. He interjected, saying that he owed everything in his life to her, that he could not have gotten to where he stood now without her help. He pledged to spread her word to every corner of the galaxy, to honor her name. And she smiled with approval, granting him another gift, purpose. She told him of the Exilus sector and how her presence there was needed. He understood without hesitation and received his final gift, a new name for his new life, Bosphoramus, the Alabaster Lord. The silver-eyed man routed up his legion of Astartes agents and loyal Highworlders and took to the stars, entering the hand of Exilus to sow the seeds of Slaanesh's greater plans. Their influence spread quickly in the realm thanks to Bosphoramus' charisma, recruiting anyone willing to fight for their purposes, be it devotion to their god, underhanded manipulation, or simply being the highest bidder to bloodthirsty mercenaries. She who thirsts also blessed the ship and its crew, infusing them both with demons to serve as guides, granting the Space Hulk the ability to traverse Exilus's many warp storms safely and at unimaginable speeds. The denizens of the ship now lurk in warp space, chasing the never-ending pursuit of perfection and sensory exhaustion, their paradoxical nature serving to bolster the strength of their loving god. The silver-eyed man, blind to his value in the world around him, now sits atop a marbled throne, circled by viscera and bloodied orgies. He is more blind than ever before, yet sees more than sight can see. He sees himself and others as they chase her favor, yet cannot relate to them. He sees the humorous pursuit of self-perfection in the innards of others. He sees those who yearn for warmth and find it in the chilling grasp of primordial demons. As the halls of the Alabaster Palace echo with guttural cries and the droning of demon hosts, the silver-eyed man looks over his realm, now truly confronted with the paradoxical reality of the bloody, death-filled world he now lives in.